Hi there everyone, this is Bill from goldsurvivalguide.co.nz. Although our site is called the Gold Survival Guide site, we're also particularly interested in the silver market. As a substance, silver shares many of the characteristics of gold. It's historically been used as money in the same way, for 5,000 years or more. However, unlike gold, which is not used industrially in any substantial way, silver is used in this way. It's the best electrical conductor of any of the elements, for example. Thus, silver is a commodity, and the price is therefore ultimately governed by the laws of supply and demand. I started this slide with calling silver gold's little brother. Another term for it is the poor man's gold. In relation to its scarcity, silver is very cheap compared to gold. The gold market itself is small. The silver market is much smaller again, which means it has significant volatility, which we'll talk about later. There's also a difference between the physical market silver and the paper market silver. Physical market silver is physically shifted or stored around or used industrially. The paper market is just paper. Again, we'll be discussing this later. Most above ground gold is still around. It's been there since it was mined. Silver, on the other hand, has been consumed. Above ground stocks of silver are now very limited. There are no government stockpiles, as there used to be. This is an important point. In actual fact, real silver is scarcer than real gold. At the moment, there's quite a debate in the financial community about inflation and deflation. Is it going to be, we're going to have inflation coming down the pike, or is it going to be deflating because of the wealth that's been lost? How's the silver price likely to respond to all of this? Under an inflationary scenario, the price of silver will increase significantly, along with the price of gold, as investors worldwide lose faith in their rapidly depreciating paper money. Because governments try to print their way out of any incipient deflation, if we really were to experience a deflationary environment, which several commentators believe is likely because of the fantastic wealth destruction which has already occurred and in fact is continuing to occur, then trillions more dollars will be created out of, you guessed it, nothing, which will result eventually in hyperinflation. And in these sorts of conditions, silver will do extremely well. At the present time, the paper market and the physical market are disconnected. The paper market is manipulated. There is definite evidence out there that the banksters are shorting the hell out of the paper silver market to force the price down at certain times and try and hold it there. But we also have strong upward pressure. On the other hand, the physical market is tight as a drum. Worldwide, there's lots of investment demand. In the US, for example, silver eagles are being cranked out in record volumes. And you just try to buy physical silver here in New Zealand in any kind of volume. I think you'll find yourself on quite a waiting list. The worldwide supply of silver is dwindling. At current rates of usage, we have less than a decade's worth left. If you think it's impossible for the price of silver to reach hundreds, if not thousands of dollars an ounce, you might want to look at palladium and platinum, which between 1990 and 2000, and then again between 2000 and 2010, have had fantastic price rises and sometimes falls because they can be used interchangeably, particularly in catalytic converters, for example. So as the price of one goes up, the price of the other tends to go down. The other thing is, this is a fantastically volatile market, partially because it's small and partially because you get these enormous pressures up and down. Now the thing is, to use this volatility to your advantage, you can almost rely every year on the price of silver coming back by as much as 10, 20, 30, even 50% sometimes. And this is just a chance to get in on what Robert Kiyosaki, who's well known to New Zealanders for his various entrepreneurial activities, particularly with respect to property investment, as he says, silver's a smoking deal. Now, how about if you actually want to invest in silver? Well, there are several avenues. In terms of physical silver, the alternatives are basically ingots and coins. And you should also be concerned about the purity. 99.9% purity is the minimum you should look for to make it considered to be an investment and not subject to GST. Exchange traded funds. Now these are recently vehicles that have come onto the market that track the price of silver in the paper market. Now you should be wary. As soon as I say the words paper market, you should be wary, because many commentators indeed are wary and suggest that ETFs should actually only be used as trading vehicles. Once again, the word is caveat emptor, or buyer beware. Now, of course, there are silver mining companies and royalty stocks that you can invest in directly. Royalty stocks are particularly interesting because they don't actually mine the silver themselves, but what they have is basically they cream off a percentage for every ounce that's mined in the companies that they're connected with. That means they have great advantages, because as the price of silver rises, they just go straight to the bottom line. They don't have to be concerned about any extra costs involved in mining. For example, if the cost of energy were to go up, the cost of mining naturally goes up as well. But these companies are not affected by that at all. They just take their cut when the ounces are produced. Now, as far as buying silver here in New Zealand goes, we are at a bit of a disadvantage, because our silver basically comes from offshore. It thereby acquires quite a premium above the spot price. Even though we do actually mine silver here, it's not actually refined. Most is sent offshore to be isolated and refined overseas. Now, as our regular subscribers know, we offer an avenue for people to buy gold here in New Zealand at competitive prices, and our suppliers also offer silver. So come down and visit Gold Survival Guide at this link above to find out more about investing in gold and silver in New Zealand and to join our growing community. You'll then be kept up to date with all our latest articles and videos and any special offers that we can negotiate for you. Well, this is Wild Bill heading into the west. So thanks for watching this video, and look out for others coming out in due course.